Litchi, we need to talk, okay? Your app is awesome in concept and in making my life easier as a pilot and making me more awesome as a pilot is priceless. However, when we get over to the execution side, things get a little bit more complicated, a little bit more hazy. Your app crashes quite a bit. It is at best unreliable and buggy. I am currently swinging quite a bit of money in the air to take pictures, so I can't use your app because it's not reliable. When it drops out, when the frame rate drops down, when all these things happen, I can't depend on your app. And that's an issue. I would pay you at Litchi twice what you're charging on the Google Play Store if it was perfect. Without even a hesitation. 40, 50, 60 bucks, not a problem. Not a problem. For a perfect FPV app that can get me within a meter of my subject from any distance, reliably, 40, 50, 60, not a problem. Let's do this. But because your app is unreliable and unusable, I gotta say, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I can't endorse your product. There's a lot of things you gotta fix, and I understand that it's the games that you gotta play. It's the DJI interfaces, the Samsung interfaces, the Apple interfaces, the Android interfaces. There's so many things you got to do. There's so many places you got to go to make your app work. I understand, but you got to come better than that, because if I'm using it as a personal pilot, my concern is hurting someone else or losing my investment into a tree because of the app crashing. But as a professional pilot, I'm also concerned with losing clients because I have an unreliable piece of equipment and they don't care whether it's the app or the drone or whatever. The only thing they care about is that they get the film that they need when they need it. All right? So I stand behind that. I will pay you 3 times what you're currently asking for that app, happily, if it does what it's supposed to do. And for everybody else that's listening, I've used this app for 6 months, all right? Off and on, trying everything I could to get it to work. And in the next video, we're going to talk about what I learned, because I learned a lot from a buggy app like Litchi. But for the folks that are listening, it is an excellent, excellent app. And it might work with a couple drones and maybe a few different phones. I don't know. But with what I got, the S7 Edge, the Inspire 2, and the Litchi app, it's a no-go. When you're swinging that much investment in the air, you need reliability. And we'll talk about one thing that was not Litchi's fault in the next video. But for now, here's a few clips of where I almost lost my drone. That close to losing my drone. In the first clip, what was it? Yeah, just flew to the dark side of a mountain. Lost video transmission like right before I crested, and then completely lost it and it went return to home. I don't know, that one's kind of 50-50, and there were five, but these are the two that concern me the most because they involve losing my investment. And then the second one, it's 100% Litchi. It starts out great. I get over the crest, the sun's coming in, everybody's good, and then I get over my little practice point. The guy waves at the camera, and then bingo, it goes out and it starts to spin out of control. Not DJI, not me, not user error, not the phone, not the controller, and hasn't happened since and never happened before. Just complete spin out of control and then go into return to home. You got to fix this, Litchi. I'm behind you 100% when you get this thing fixed. And I will continue to make reviews favoring your product until you do. Until then, I'm going to be reviewing a couple other products that do the same thing. Love you guys. You're going to bounce back from this. Feel me? Here comes the clips.